Monaco trying desperately to try and avoid getting another loss on their record, but unfortunately ahead of them is a Reciprocity team desperate to catch up to Mousesports for a top 4 spot. James Bot, this looks like it's going to be a rough one for them. What's your take?
I think this is, like the S said, this is Reciprocity's series to lose. For me, however, Reciprocity is vulnerable. They're not playing the best Rocket League that we've ever seen them play. Chaussette especially hasn't really been able to do much for his team at all this season. Fruity, he played well last week, but still they fell. So I'm a little worried for Reciprocity, but Monaco, this is, I hate to say as easy as it's going to get for Reciprocity, but that's the reality. Monaco still hasn't gotten their first win, and Reciprocity, they haven't looked horrible. They just haven't looked as good as we've seen them play in the past.
Well, let's look at the potential scenarios here. Depending on if Monaco were to get the win in this one, it blows open the relegation battle by so much. We've got so many teams currently sitting on 1 win, but also how much it would hurt Reciprocity. Mousesports, we just saw them take the win. They've moved themselves on to 4-2. They've got a little bit more of a stranglehold now over that top 4 spot that gives you an upper bracket place. So they're going to want to come out all guns blazing in this matchup.
There's no reason Reciprocity is going to take this game for granted. They're going to come into this game trying to put Monaco into the dirt. So I expect Reciprocity to come out fast and really be relentless in their pursuit of victory.
So, James, here is a somewhat loaded question I'm going to send towards you. I want you to try and keep this as simple and layman's as possible. What do we need to see from Monaco if they want to have any chance here?
For me, it's iIgnite. iIgnite needs to start shooting and taking more shot opportunities and getting opportunities to score from Tigre. Tigre is a pretty good passer. I do like what I see from Tigre, but really I want to see iIgnite start hitting the corners.
Here we go. iIgnite is known as one of the best shooters in Europe when he first came into the league. Can he make it show now as he's forced to play on the defensive side to start us off here? Reciprocity putting on some decent pressure. And a weird touch from Farah forces the ball all the way back. Fruity, who has had some stand-up performances from himself this season, forced to try and play that one back over the top. Chaussette can't get it any further. Then over to Tigre. Now Fruity up onto the wall. There's good pressure being put on from Monaco. Might get an infield pass. Open for iIgnite. Can't quite get there. Fantastic save, but the second touch needs to be saved by Fruity.
I love that aggression from iIgnite. There's been a couple shots that he's taken. Off the bump and the quick counter. Let's take another look at this one. You see Extra, he missed. iIgnite went for the pass to Tigre. You saw Tigre just get taken out of the play. Farah jumped in front of that. And Farah has been very good, Shogun. He's been very good at sniffing out those pass attempts and shutting them down. He did that last week, and he's already starting to do it early against Monaco.
Absolutely. Farah, not necessarily known as one of the most mechanical players in the RLCS, which, for those of you out there, must make you start asking, well, what does he bring? And it's exactly that. It's the in-game IQ. He's one of the smartest players we have in the RLCS. iIgnite, time on the ball, passes it over. Getting a lot of passes so far from AS Monaco. They're really trying to get this passing play going. Not going to be this time, though. Chaussette on the ball. He can be so dangerous. Wins the challenge. 2 players out. Only for Chaussette. That's what he brings to you. Not even necessarily scoring from those sort of plays, but it just means that you've had to spend so many time, so much boost, so many players to get the ball off him, as that's going to be his to turn in.
And a beautiful lofted pass from Fruity. You see Farah was trying to harass the goal line. iIgnite was far out of the play. All of Monaco was gone. They were out, and Chaussette, you could even see him there. If you were in player cam, he took off ball cam, looked around, he saw nothing. He saw nobody, so he knew he could just float into that ball and take the easy goal. Reciprocity, they're looking like the favorites right now, but the response from Extra.
Well, we've seen Monaco taking a more aggressive stance in this series. Here's the time that they're going to get a benefit for it. Extra reading the bounce beautifully to turn it in, and that's so important, James. We very rarely see the 2-goal comeback at an RLCS level game. Getting that goal as quick as they do and leaving 3 minutes on the clock could make all the difference.
And it's certainly huge for mentality for Monaco. You haven't gotten a win this season. 2 quick goals for Reciprocity, but now they're within that 0-second range where they can tie it up no matter how much time's left on the clock. So that answer back goal, like you said, Shogun, it's going to do wonders for Monaco.
Here we go, Tigray. Off the backboard, extra, another opportunity. No setup as Ignite wants to hold himself a bit further back. Maybe a little bit jarred after the 2 open goals that his team has conceded. Chaussette blasts the ball long. Over to Farah. That's still playable, but close to the wall as well means that defense has priority. Back to the middle again. Farah. Here's the ball to the corner. Currently, Monaco struggling to really put something together. Tigray deciding to slow the play down. Wins the challenge as well. Monaco can try and put something in the other side of the field. Extra off the backboard. Gets a second touch. This is going to be very awkward. Not going to quite be on this play, though. 2 minutes now on the clock. Monaco, this has been one of their better performances I think I've seen so far this season. Don't quite have the goals for it.
It has been, and a lot of it is due to Extra and how well Extra is playing, getting that read. He's been going for demos. He's been making some back passes. That time, almost the ball snuck underneath him. But they're doing enough to stay in this game. Gonna have to come up with a save there, and Extra does it again.
That's the first time Monaco have really managed to kick themselves in on the defensive side. Extra off the corner. It's an out read. And nobody's able to get to it. Monaco need to start finding some players around the field. They need to spread out offensively. They are the team currently trying to chase for this one as Fruity wins the challenge, loses his car for it. Extra takes it down. This is a lot of boost used. 60 boost just to get the ball to the midfield. Immediately challenged by Chaussette. Ignite back over to Chaussette again. Over to Fruity. Another tap up high. Nothing really on right now for Reciprocity, but with a goal up, they're not going to care. As far as Tigray to Ignite. They're going backboard again. This has been the route one for Monaco. They might need to try and find something different. Maybe get themselves the infield pass. Maybe a demo. 40 seconds. Chaussette one-on-one against Tigray. And Tigray needed some help from Extra. Enough to keep the ball out. Monaco stay in game 1.
And they still can get back into this, Shogun. We're under 30 seconds, but it's a 1-goal game. And with the lights-out defense that Monaco's been playing, perhaps that'll be enough to inspire them to get this equalizer.
Well, that's past Ignite. Couldn't position himself for it. Gonna have to go the whole length of the pitch. Tigray. 2 players up. Only 1 Chaussette used, though, for Reciprocity. Fruity takes his time, gets another challenge won. All of the work to do for Monaco. Unfortunately, they've got no possession of the ball. Game 1 for Reciprocity, but James Bond, they were forced to work for it.
They certainly were. The defense, especially in those final moments from Extra, were something else. Monaco, they played very close to Reciprocity. And I don't know if you were watching yesterday, Shogun, but Reciprocity, and even in their match the previous week, they have just been putting so many shots in towards net that have been getting saved. And Monaco, I don't know what it is, but every team that plays Reciprocity, their defense seems to level up. Monaco, it was no different this time. A few big saves from them. It was a close game. It seemed like it wasn't going to be, as early on we saw those 2 Reciprocity goals, but Monaco battled back. They entrenched themselves on defense, had a few counterattack opportunities, but in the end, Reciprocity held on.
Absolutely. For Monaco, you've got to look at the 2 goals that they conceded as well. They were open nets. They were, a little bit out of nowhere, but there's certainly something there for them to say, okay, those were a little bit fluky. We won't concede those again, but in the neutral game, we were looking pretty good. So plenty to work with here. For Reciprocity, though, they've got to try and take this. They've got to try and use this first game and catapult into a strong start in game 2, because Monaco, it seems like they run out of gas as the series goes along. They have a tendency of maybe starting well and fizzling out a little bit, which we did see yesterday against Veloce.
And even in game, that kind of seemed like that was what was happening. You have Monaco who will take possession down into the opposing half, into Reciprocity's half, but there's not really a threatening attack that comes from it. We saw the 1 goal that Monaco got was because of a challenge that kicked off the back wall that Extra was able to read. It wasn't a passing play. It wasn't, extended pressure. So I want to see more from Monaco on the attack, looking to make that threatening play to get a very good scoring opportunity.
Chaussette takes the ball down. Plenty of time for him to get it. As usual, gets 2 players for just himself. It's going to be Extra. Passed out. beautifully intercepted by Chaussette. Doesn't allow the shot to happen. Monaco almost obsessed right now with these passing plays, as they have been in game 1 as well.
They're trying to go for it, but again, it gets sniffed out by Reciprocity. But Extra, how does this one weave its way through?
You know what? When you're looking for goals and you're desperate for these beautiful passing plays, sometimes it's worth just hitting the ball really hard.
And you could see Farah side flipped. Farah side flipped on his retreat. If he jumps up, if he double jumps to that ball, he's going to get a hit. He will save it. So a mechanical mistake from the captain is going to cost a goal for Reciprocity.
Ignite. He's one-on-one. Wants the bump. Chaussette will not be found. He's got quite a ways to play this. Ignite coming in from an awkward angle. He might actually pinch that out his own side of the field. Chaussette's the wall. Plenty of time. Once again, no one from Monaco able to get to him early. Not a player that you typically want to give that sort of space, but so far, so quiet. Tigray already up. Both players missing. Opposite opportunity for Ignite. The shot was not going to really test the Reciprocity defense.
And that was a scary moment for Reciprocity. Chaussette wasn't able to get up there and challenge Tigray's shot, but Tigray didn't put an effective shot towards net.
Here we go. Monaco having the better of the possession so far. Getting quite far into the Reciprocity territory as this game goes on, but can they make something of it? Up to the corner. Ignite looks a little awkward. That demo's not going to help out. Tigray forced to come and play Janitor. He does do very well out of the challenge as well. Farah wants to take the shot, but straight down the middle. And now Tigray wanting to try and block. Him and Extra, though, both sent for the same position. Once again, Monaco just not quite spreading out. They're almost panicking when they got offensive time. They have the opportunity to relax, to put players either side of the ball, and just try and control the pace of the game. Instead, they're just like, all right, we have a 5-second period of time, we've got to score. They don't have that. They've got more time. They can control the boost at the very least.
It does seem like they're panicking in those final moments because they have had a few good looks, but they just haven't had the shot in those moments. Like Tigray's opportunity, he didn't even make contact. Ignite's follow-up shot was easily saved by Chaussette. But the demos are seeming to be effective. We have seen a few demos on both sides that have given some space in key moments. We'll see if a demo becomes critical to one of the goals that'll be coming in for sure.
Ignite booms long. Monaco still with the 1-0 lead as they can try and even us up at 1 apiece. Infield pass to Tigray. Can't quite get there. But for the first time, James, it looks like they got the pass off without it being intercepted by Reciprocity.
And I love the confidence to keep going for it, not getting discouraged, keep looking for those chances. And now off the backboard, Extra, he overpowers the defense. Extra has been the offense for Monaco.
Yeah, but as soon as you get that drop down, the offense has got so much of the advantage. Defender almost needs to be in the position before the ball even starts to drop, and they simply were not. Monaco looking much more comfortable in game 2. They've had the majority of the possession. And I'll tell you what, Reciprocity feels like they're chasing this game much more than we ever expected they would.
They're still struggling to get Chaussette in an area where he can really make an impact. We saw a few good plays in game 1, but game 2, it's been quiet.
Well, the problem for me here, James, is that Chaussette's had the time on the ball for him to try and get those sort of plays going. They haven't actually paid off. A lot of the times, Monaco have been very happy just to send a player into challenge and then use the player behind him to take the ball off. They're forcing the flicks from Chaussette, and that means that he's not really got any ball control left.
And he did have a ceiling shot opportunity. We saw a double commit from Monaco. Chaussette had a little bit of space, but they just read the play.
We have the wall. Reciprocity want to make a comeback here. It's going to have to happen soon. Infield, over to Chaussette. 28 seconds on the board. Can Reciprocity get another?
And again, it's Fruity with these passes. Extra thinks he's going to shoot. You see, he baits Extra into pre-jumping to block the shot, and Fruity completely mind-gamed him, gets the pass out to Chaussette in the middle. A gorgeous passing play from Fruity.
said, though, it came from Tigre's lack of power behind his clear. Popped it straight into the middle. You need to be playing those ones near the wall. Ignite, trying to buy some time. Get his individual plays going, maybe go the whole way. Almost snuck that one into the net. Reciprocity running out of time. Off the wall, it's Chaussette. He's got Tigre to try and beat. A second touch takes him out. Vera off the backboard. Fruity, though. Too much of an angle for him to deal with. AS Monaco have got us up at 1 win apiece.
It looked like Reciprocity might have been in a situation to get that equalizer in the final moments. The double tap from Chaussette had the defender beat. Vera, he got the ball out into the middle, but Fruity just couldn't get there in time.
He was too close to the wall. If he was more centralized in his positioning, he was all over that one.
Because that was a good setup. That was a good setup from Farah and Chaussette to get that ball out into the middle. But in the end, there was one mistake that really, is sticking into my mind, and it's the Farah side flip. This was a 1-goal game. Farah was in an opportunity to make sure that shot didn't go in, but they gave it away. They gave that goal to Extra and Monaco, and that was enough for Monaco to get the win.
So what I do really like right now is that Monaco, despite being the 0-6 team, and you brought it up actually during that game, is it looks like they have a game plan here. They are almost forcing the infield passing plays. They're forcing a lot of these passing plays, but they're trying to do something. We see a lot of these teams when they're in this position, they come into these games and they've almost already given up. They're just going to try and get anything to go, see what would work. But they seem to have come in here and just said, okay, this is what we're going to try. If it doesn't work, so be it. But we at least want to have a plan in place.
Yes, they certainly are. They're going for it. They're not losing confidence. You can tell that from the continued efforts to get those infield passes. And Reciprocity is giving them hope as well by making those mistakes, giving them those early goals. And Extra has been a shining light for Monaco, both on the defensive end in Game 1 and now offensively in Game 2. Game 3, we'll see how it plays out. iGnite's still been relatively quiet, but Extra is having quite the series.
Here we go. Tigre forces a challenge from Farah. Extra over to the wall. It's going to be iGnite to try and chase against Chaussette. Chaussette winning that one as he usually does. Pass 2 now. Gonna be able to force some players forward for Reciprocity. Might go the whole way. Tried to give iGnite the shady eyes. But didn't quite fall for it.
You always hold your breath when Chaussette's going for a dribble, but it was well defended by iGnite. They shut that play down.
Chaussette straight down the middle again. Monaco, when they've actually had the players back, have defended well. Tigre's in a very awkward spot, but nobody around for Reciprocity to follow up. Vera will be by himself. Plays the ball off the wall. Can he get a second touch? Yes, he can. That's going to give a lot of room to work with now for Reciprocity. They can start to monopolize those 2 middle boosts. Makes life very difficult if you're a Monaco player.
Especially if you can start using that boost to get a demo and lead that into a corner boost steal and really start locking down the defensive team. And that was a very important touch by Tigre to prevent the center ball. Monaco's defense holding up for now.
Plays to the middle again. Extra, he's got time. Don't know if he quite got the shout for it, though. We're able to slowly shut him down and push him over to the wall. Huge demo, though. Takes out Chaussette. Quite much made of it. Win from Tigre. He needs to try and get a second bit of contact, but Chaussette just cool as you like. Wanted to wait for it instead. I'm trying to create something.
Patience from Chaussette. I love that patience from Chaussette because Tigre also was on 0 boost. And if Chaussette knows he's low, as soon as he jumps, he can't make any further adjustments. Chaussette, I love the patience from him.
Both teams really struggling to put together any major opportunities for themselves. 2 minutes into this, no actual chances created. Been a bit of a slow affair here in game number 3. Which team will be the first one to create something for themselves? Farah, not going to do it off the ceiling. Extra booms it long. iGnite trying to chase up. Well read by the Reciprocity defensive side. So more demos. iGnite, he's out on the hunt right now. Can they make something of it? Apparently not. iGnite going to be in the corner again. Reciprocity starting to control the field a bit more. As you can see, plenty of air dribble plays coming out It's a very good way. It's something that we've seen done more and more since Season 5, and it's just grown in terms of how much people are trying it, of just using air dribbles, because it's very hard to challenge until you're at least on the trajectory downwards.
Especially when you can get flip resets, and we're seeing a ceiling pass attempt from Fruity shut down. But with air dribbling now, before you would just use it to try to take it out of the defensive end, but it can be used much more on offense with the more common appearances of flip resets. You go for the shot, air dribble to flip reset. It's an honestly effective offensive maneuver now. And it makes the defense question what you're going to do, because you could continue to just air dribble and go for a pinch pass off the backboard. It gives you a lot more options.
It'll be off the wall. Coming into the final minute now. Very tense affair in Game 3. Monaco know exactly what is on the line for them. They're running out of opportunities to escape relegation, but goals like that might be their ticket out.
Extra does it again. Chaussette couldn't get to the backboard in time. Fruity, you could see he was panicking. He saw the play developing and knew there was nothing he could do, with Extra barreling in on that backboard read. And what a shot from Extra.
And we've been playing now for 4 minutes. That was the 5th shot we've seen on target all game. And what a shot it was indeed. Although they can't afford to let this one drop now. Chaussette, he's got time, but he just made it too telegraph. Follow up though, tucked neatly into the corner.
Chaussette does so well on the challenge. He pokes the ball out, goes for a wave dash, and then challenges the ball. It's a perfect kill, and Farah can come in Extra, no boost, to get to that ball. And that is what you want to see from Chaussette.
I know we've been happy with Extra this series, but that you can't be double committing that one. There's no need. It's not much really going to happen. You just needed to try and get the follow-up instead.
Especially in a situation where it's a simple challenge. It's a simple challenge, but Chaussette won it so cleanly.
Now Extra over to the wall. Reciprocity managed to pull themselves back into it. We've waited so long for an opportunity, then we get 2 of them. 15 seconds on the clock. This next goal is all that matters. And Extra taking it the dangerous way round. Ignite back over to his teammate. Didn't find the ball, however. Farah's going to make the last opportunity of this game. Can they make it stick? Monaco will happily see this ball to the floor now, but Fruity doesn't want it to be there at all. Reciprocity unrelenting, but they're going to have to settle for overtime.
An important swing game here to move to match point if whoever gets this win. And you got to feel for Monaco if they end up losing it. It seemed like that miraculous shot from Extra was going to be enough to put them over the top in Game 3.
Oh, they went for the same play that worked in the last game, looking for the ball just to drop straight down. Reciprocity refused to be bitten twice. Extra does miss the ball, and rotation needed to sort itself out very quickly on the Monaco side. The pass out allows Farah to get a proper clear. Farah on the backboard hits the ceiling. That's going to slow the ball down. Ignite expected Extra to hit the ball. It means there's going to be very little in terms of forward pressure, but he's done a good job just to slow everything down, especially after that mistake.
And they let Ignite go for that play. He used up a ton of boost, but Extra on the dribble. This is good pressure from Monaco. They respond well. I was thinking that Ignite's overextension might put Monaco in a bad place, but their defense has been holding up nicely to the Reciprocity attacks.
Question is now, which team will make their first chance count? Huge demo. Gonna try and drop it down to the middle, over to Farah, but unfortunately, when you play the ball from the corner, your car tends to follow it.
And sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Speaking of which, Extra was between Farah and Fruity. Well, that shot's on target. Tigre, heroic save. Keeps his team in this game. This might be it. Farah, he takes it slowly. Couldn't get it past Extra, though. That's much better. We wanted to talk in the last game about their ability to shadow. That was infinitely better from Monaco. Just set to the corner. 2 minutes of overtime played. Europe has not exactly been shy of these overtimes over the last few days. We're just adding more and more time to it. Josette for the backboard. Tigre's got him red. Doesn't want to give him any of that sort of chance.
Big challenge.
He'll be here for Monaco. Extra has to get it, and he can't get there in time. Reciprocity on match point.
Extra was in the back. 36 boost. He finally picked up a little bit more, but he was slowly meandering in the back half just because the boost starving was so strong from Reciprocity. That final attack withered down the defense for Monaco, and Reciprocity win an important game. Monaco were leading this game until that challenge goal from Josette. You pointed out the double commit, Shogun. Monaco, they were close to taking this one down, but Reciprocity, this is what you expect from a team like Reciprocity, who, finished up at the top of league play last season. They're a team that, in my opinion, under pressure, they played quite well, especially in the online environment, and they pulled through in this one, an overtime thriller.
Absolutely, but Monaco, for me, they just seem to crumble under the pressure there. We saw when they got their first goal, I brought up the amount of shots. It was 2 shots to Monaco, 3 shots to Reciprocity. I'm looking at now, end of this game, 3 shots to Monaco and 15 to Reciprocity. They completely changed up on us as that series went through. Monaco turtled up, and they got caught for it.
They certainly did, but I think a lot of it is just due to Reciprocity getting those boost plays, and then also very effective clears to dangerous parts of the map that force the boost out of Monaco, force them back into their own net, and then slowly Reciprocity will take that ground. We even saw it on a play where iignite, who was up in the middle of the field, Josette could have challenged it, but why even have to? Just let iignite use up all his boost and try to get that ball over to the sideline. Everyone in the meantime, while he's up in the air for Reciprocity, they're grabbing the boost, and now we see a quick goal. That didn't take long.
Unfortunately for Monaco, this has been a theme throughout their season. They start so well, but they slowly fade as the series goes on, and this goal certainly does not help them.
You don't expect that off of kickoff. iignite missing that follow-up hit, but that was a nightmare of a bounce. You never want to see that. Good response, but denied from Josette.
Every shot needs to be anywhere that wasn't straight down the middle. Extra will be second to this ball. Fruity winning clean and manages to steal their boost as well. Be worth keeping an eye on that as Extra tries to go for a pre-flip. That would have been pretty insane if he managed to get a hold of that one. Vera with Josette to work with. Just trying to tear iignite apart, but iignite just very calmly dealt with that. Very difficult to do when you've got 2 of the best players in Europe breathing down your neck.
I mean, they're getting a lot of experience on defense, even in this series. Shogun, 15 shots last game. Monaco, they're forced to make all these saves. They're forced back on defense. Extra's really been the only offensive presence for Monaco. And as I say it, iignite
Again,
shoots
right
a shot
down the middle.
That's easily blocked. Yeah, easily blocked by Josette, right down the center of the net.
You need to try and find some angles. That's a huge hit, and still Josette wouldn't go away, but neither would Extra. Huge for AS Monaco.
I believe Extra is the only player to have scored for Monaco. That shot was blocked, but he stays with it. Gets that fortunate dunk goal, and we're all tied up.
Well, they will not care how they get these goals, as long as they can get another one of them. iignite. That is a great little setup, but very, very rare that a player can actually read that you're about to do that. Vera for the double tap. It's going to bounce to him. Tigre forced to read it. And as good as iignite, Extra has been on the offensive side, Tigre is almost universally living on that backboard of his side of the field, and he's been doing a good job of it.
They have, but you wonder if that's going to be enough against Reciprocity. You want to get more aggressive here. We do see a big numbers advantage. The shot again saved. And iignite goes for a shot. He had Tigre coming in behind him. Maybe you do what Fruity did back in game 2. You fake the shot, go for the pass, because Josette already committed to that play. And it was a 3v1. It was a 3v1 situation. And still Monaco wasn't able to get the goal.
Almost feels like he's desperate at this point to start getting some of these goals in. ignite. He goes for net this time. That would have been a wonder goal to try and put in. But again, like, the player was covered, but there was also a passing option there. Fruity off the backboard. ignite forced to play it by himself. Manages to pinch it over to Extra. Into the far corner. Extra wins the ball. Farah can't get here on time, but neither can ignite. Monaco, how brave are they willing to be? They've had a few of these opportunities now where they just need to be faster than the next defender. How much are they willing to push up that second man?
They might have to risk it all, Shogun, and it's getting down to that point. They're equalized right now, but Reciprocity has all the pressure. ignite trying to deny that bounce. Another good chance coming in, and Fruity misses far post.
And there was a period there where Monaco had absolutely nobody back to deal with it. I don't know where they quite went, but they were there exactly when they were needed. Gonna drop straight down. Tigray, huge cliff. Farah has to try and chase his way back. And it's not in. Fruity. Goal line punt and remove the danger. The backboard again. Monaco, they've tried everything so far. They've gone for the ignite double tap. Gonna drop straight down. Over to Tigray. Off the backboard again, and Fruity controls it. And just gently lays it down on the ground. Just to say, there was no danger at all.
Because that shot wasn't on target, it was high, that allowed Fruity to make that possession play. If you put that beneath the crossbar just on target, you're gonna force a rebound. And that's what you wanted to see from Tigray there. Force a rebound and give a teammate an opportunity to clean up, get a goal.
Final minute. Monaco needing a goal. Is it going to drop down? 2 players committed, but ignite should be able to follow with his own touch. Chaussette slowly takes his time. It's not a great touch from him, though. Plenty of time for Monaco to set themselves up. Almost too much time. They couldn't quite figure it out. That's a huge miss as well.
Oh, no.
Farah, open net! And for Monaco, it could have been any other way, but not like this.
Extra's going for corner boost. He thinks that ignite is going to get a hit upfield. So Extra goes to the corner to get boost. And after that miss, it was too late. Now a kickoff off the crossbar. It's not in. But it very easily could have been. And a mistake from Monaco, that might cost them the series.
Remember, it was a kickoff goal that opened up this game. Chaussette over the top, nobody in net. And that could very well do it. Monaco have been valiant, but some of the goals they've conceded just should not have been that way.
And then this was a ceiling pinch from Chaussette. But the last goal, you're right, the second goal of the game for Reciprocity, a result of a defensive lapse from Monaco. And that took all the wind out of their sails. And then to top it all off, Chaussette getting the ceiling pinch goal. Reciprocity cruising to the win.
They can't quite put another. They won't care about that, though. They stay hot on the trail of Mouse Sports, looking for that top 4 spot.